I am here with my dear friend Buzz the Bee from Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. You are going to want to keep a close eye on the weather today, am I right? And let me tell you, it's time now for your local weather report, brought to you by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Let's buzz on over to the Main Street Media TV Weather Center.
From the Tennessee Valley Weather Channel, this is your weather on Main Street.
Happy Tuesday, I'm Kelly Rawson in the Tennessee Valley Weather Center. We are off to a chilly start here in southern middle Tennessee for this Tuesday morning. We are in the 30s. Make sure you bundle up for today. Even into the afternoon, we're going to be on the chilly side thanks to a northerly breeze blowing about 8 to 15 miles an hour by this afternoon. Lower 50s is the warmest that you can expect. So again, a little bit of a chillier day, but hey, we are going to see a lot more sunshine compared to yesterday, and we stay nice and dry. So hey, we'll take the winds as they come. For this evening, we are going to see temperatures fall back down into the 40s, eventually even into the 30s overnight. Even colder tonight compared to last night. Temperatures getting close to the lower 30s, I think below freezing for a lot of us as well. So it's going to be quite chilly, but hey, we warm up for your Wednesday, mid-60s. Saturday, or I should say Thursday, comes with our next rain and storm chance. No severe weather, though expected. Warmer for your Thursday, and then we slightly cool off after that cold frontal system gets on out, but we dry out and we are nice and pleasant for the weekend.
Thank you for that update. Tune in each day on Mornings on Main Street for an up-to-date weather report brought to you by Busy Bee Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. All of their contact information is below. Have a great day.
Good morning, Stefanie.
Good morning. Hi, kids. A hot tea, please.
Welcome to Mornings on Main Street. I'm your host, Stefanie Miller. It is Tuesday, meaning Tennessee Traveler Tuesday, and we'll have that for you in just a little bit. Tom Adkinson actually takes us to Fairview today. But first this morning, we want to talk about the flooding that communities in Tennessee and Kentucky are dealing with still this morning. Yesterday afternoon, Montgomery County and the city of Clarksville issued a joint local state of emergency, stating that 120 residential properties and 14 commercial properties have been impacted by floodwaters. The water that you see behind me, this is the Red River, and the Red River typically sits on the other side of those trees. I know this doesn't give you the best look at the flooding in the area, but this video sure does. Take a look. This is the Cumberland River in Clarksville, and the footage was shot by aerial videographer Jason Rawls. We'd like to thank him for giving us permission to share it right here at Mornings on Main Street. But you really get a great view of how high the water is in Clarksville and the flooding that some areas are experiencing. Some information from the American Red Cross. Well, they say if you see floodwaters, don't drive through it, turn around. That saying you've heard many, many times, turn around, don't drown. Take it seriously, because you just don't know how deep the water that you might be driving through is going to be. Some other tips for you from the American Red Cross being stay away from floodwaters if you are out and about. If you want to start cleaning, well, stay away from the waters because of snakes. You want to be aware of snakes and be aware of insects and other animals that might have been pushed because of the flooding to closer to your home and around the flooded areas. So be aware of that. Once the waters start to recede, I know a number of people would like to jump in and start cleaning. Well, just be careful when you get out there. The Red Cross suggests that you wear protective clothing, rubber gloves, rubber boots, and just be cautious of where you're stepping and what you're touching and picking up. There could be some down power lines, so be aware of that. You can find other tips from the American Red Cross by going to their website. We'll also have some other information coming for you at the end of the show today if you would like to make donations to the communities that have been impacted hard with flood waters, flooding, or any of the severe weather damage. Now this morning we're going to get a check of our headlines, and stick with us because Tom Adkinson will take us to Fairview in our segment today, our Tennessee Traveler segment. He is introducing us to a man that goes by Record Rick. But again, let's get a check of those headlines. Images out of Clarksville of families and pets having to be evacuated can be found at Main Street, Clarksville. Help has come in the form of emergency workers, neighbors, the Red Cross with sheltering, YAPAC, and the United Way. Do you or someone you know need assistance? Visit our website for how to connect with the organizations helping those who need it. There is an inspiring story of this woman, Dickson County resident Essence Hummel, in the Dickson County Post. Hummel's story includes a dark path that included an abusive relationship and drug addiction that almost cost her her life. Now she celebrates being crowned the 2025 Mrs. Houston County. Read her journey and triumph and how it all started with a song by visiting our website. It's not just a sign, it can save a life. These are the words that you will find in multiple places across southern Middle Tennessee counties. The Kids Place, a child advocacy center, is declaring this month for Child Abuse Prevention Month. The more awareness is spread, the more it empowers those in our communities affected by the crisis to proudly support the efforts to stop it. How you can show support can be found by visiting mainstreetmediatn.com.
So Busy Bee is a very close-knit family. We fight just like every family does. We have arguments, but we always come out with a solution to the problems. We don't just fight about what we want, we fight about what customers need. We want to make sure that every customer we go to is more than satisfied. And that doesn't just start whenever we show up at their door, that starts when we show up every day at work. We want to make sure that we are serving our customers to the best of our ability.
You're seeing the signs too, right?
What signs?
Step into the Lionel retail store at Opry Mills, Nashville, and you'll be captivated by all the magic of the 123-year history of Lionel trains. Whether you're already a train enthusiast or just getting started, Lionel will energize your love for trains. NASCAR fan? Come check out your local Lionel station to learn all there is to know about model trains and die-cast NASCAR collectibles. Visit nashville.lionel.com or call 615-455-9399.
Welcome back. Well, I would love to share with you who this guy is. This is Record Rick, and he can be found in Fairview. And what makes him pretty darn cool is that he has one heck of a collection of vinyl records. I'm talking up into like 11,000 vinyl records. Our Tennessee traveler, Tom Adkinson, has talked with this gentleman and learned a little bit things that most of you may not know about vinyl records. And I'm just so curious to learn more about him and where we can find him. And Tom, of course, always good to see you.
Glad to be here. He has a real name. He's Richard Clements, but his friends and customers know him as Record Rick. He has a big piece of floor space at a store called Buried Treasures on Highway 100 in Fairview. And if you're shopping for a piece of vinyl, there's a good chance that he has it.
How long has he been collecting? I mean, is this something that, he's in his early 70s. Has this been a lifetime thing for him?
No, these are they're not necessarily his personal collection. This is business.
Okay.
He linked up with the lady who owns Buried Treasures. Her name is Lana DeMoss a few years ago, and vinyl records are his passion. He found out that Lana had about 6,000 of her own, but she didn't use them in the store very much. And a business relationship grew out of that because Record Rick said, oh, I can sort and grade and evaluate these, and we'll just start selling albums or selling vinyl. And since then, she keeps acquiring vinyl. People come in to offer Rick vinyl to sell. And so in the store, the inventory is now 10 or 11,000 vinyl albums.
Oh, that's huge. Okay, so when he talks about grading, what does that mean to grade a vinyl album? When I think it's just one of those that's just not worn out, but there's different grades?
Well, yeah. A used item is going to have value based on several criteria, whether it's a record album or something else. And Rick can take an album and evaluate it, and it might be something that's worth his putting in a box for sale for $5, or it might be worth $25. Is the album jacket pristine? Is there an inner sleeve? Is there anything wrong with the vinyl itself? Is it rare? So all those things come into play in evaluating something, and he's knowledgeable enough about the market that he can decide whether something's worth $0 or $5 or 10 or 25.
Where does his passion come from? Like, where did this start for him?
Well, for him, he said his first introduction to the business, so to speak, was when he was in his early 20s, got out of the Air Force, wasn't doing much of anything. His brother lived in Charleston, South Carolina, and he just chanced into a job at a record shop.
Gotcha.
And he said he helped that business grow. And then for much of his adult life, he apparently did other stuff. And certainly by 2000, or excuse me, right before COVID time, he got linked up with Buried Treasures, and this retail side of him came out.
Well, you learned not only a little bit about his history, but you learned quite a bit, or a little bit, about the record and the vinyl when you were talking with Rick. Share something about that.
Well, I had asked him exactly what you'd asked me. I said, what makes one record more valuable than another? And one of the first things he said was scarcity, rarity of it. Mm-hmm. I said, okay, you have a good looking album. Everything looks fine. How do you know what age it is? And he said, you look at the dead wax. And I had no idea what he meant. Audiophiles, people who love vinyl know this stuff to a certain extent, but here's a Bob Dylan album. And if you've ever played a 33 1/3 album, you know that after the last of the recording ends, there's a blank space on the vinyl before the paper label starts. And if you look very, very carefully, there are codes pressed into that space, which is called the dead wax. And that can, according to Rick, or what I just learned, that can tell you the pressing plant it came out of. It might tell you the pressing date. Other data based on the manufacturing of it. And it's entirely possible that a particular album by a particular artist was done at a particular pressing plant, and it's more valuable than one done a year later or 2 years later at another pressing plant. So there are secrets buried on the album that virtually nobody knows to look for, and very few people can interpret.
God, you just don't know what you might have, because I mean, all of us, we have, someone in our family, I'm sure, that had a few records. I just, who knows what some of us may have in our house.
Well, I just pulled this out of my cabinet. It's Bob Dylan's greatest hits. There are probably a zillion of them pressed.
Right.
But with the Bob Dylan movie that's just out, maybe this is a little more valuable right now. I don't know.
Maybe. Oh, and you have so many collectors out there. Oh, what else should we know before we head to either talk with Record Rick or go and visit Buried Treasure there in Fairview?
Well, I asked him, well, who's your customer? I said, it's not these fanatic collectors, is it really? He said, no, not for the most part. It's people who grew up with vinyl and don't have what they used to have. They moved away from it. They gave it away. They sold it. They didn't have space to put it. They gave up their turntables, but turntables are back. Vinyl's back. And now they want to replace some of the albums that they dearly love. He said his greatest thrill is when somebody has been on the search for a particular album. He said maybe for years, and they haven't found it. And they come across it here. He said it's their holy grail. And if I can link them up with their holy grail, I'm a happy guy. So that's one of the cool things about a shop like this.
100%. Is there a vinyl that you would like to get your hands on, Tom?
I have not thrown mine away. The ones that I would really want, I think I have.
Good on you.
What I don't have anymore is a turntable.
That's what you need to buy now. Tom, thank you so much for sharing not only Buried Treasure, but Record Rick with us and the information that you did about vinyls. Thank you so much as always.
Thank you. And y'all keep traveling.
You know we will. Just a little fun fact for you. In 2022, vinyl records officially surpassed CDs as the most popular physical recorded music format. Again, that was in 2022. Super cool. All right. Thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street. We're not quite done yet. We have a little more for you when we come back.
At Delta Dental of Tennessee, we know our success begins and ends with providing superior quality service, and that includes serving those who need it most. This year, we're celebrating 25 years of giving back to the community we call home. Delta Dental, along with our Smile 180 Foundation, supports Tennessee's dental colleges and oral health education, children's hospitals, free and reduced cost dental clinics, and other like-minded charities. Here's to the next 25 plus years of ensuring healthy smiles.
Welcome to the Omni Nashville Hotel. Urban elegance with a vintage touch. Our 800-room hotel opened up in the fall of 2013 with 746 guest rooms and 54 suites.
Hi, I'm Riley, a certified physician associate here at Premier Foot and Ankle Centers of Tennessee. We have a couple locations, Murfreesboro, McMinnville, as well as Franklin. We treat people of all ages. We're excited to get you back on your feet and hope we can help you today.
Call us today to schedule an appointment. We look forward to seeing you.
Because here at Premier Foot and Ankle, we believe that
the journey begins with happy feet.
Welcome back. Would you like to help out those impacted by the severe weather and flooding? Well, you can do that. And according to the American Red Cross, the best way to do that is by a financial donation. They say financial donations are the quickest and the best way to support people in your area impacted by disaster. Your financial donation to the Red Cross can help provide the following. It helps with shelter, it helps with meals, relief supplies, comfort, and other assistance. If you would like more information, please visit the American Red Cross website. Thanks for joining us here at Mornings on Main Street. Have a good day. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Hey, let's go Stroke. People are amazed at the variety and quality of guests we bring into Main Street Sports today. But when you've been in this business for nearly 40 years and you never throw away a phone number, it's pretty easy. Right, Wade?
Absolutely. And Wynn agrees with me. Check out some of our guests featured on Main Street Sports today.
Step back and catch my breath. But I expect nothing less from you, big boy. Let's get going.
We make it work pretty good. So
the fans are tremendous. It's fantastic.
It was really amazing.
Yeah.
From preps to pros, you never know who's going to stop by, so be sure to listen to and watch Main Street Sports today from 2 to 4 p.m. daily on the MSM TV app.